Hey everybody, I want to talk to you about why does it seem like you only attract narcissists? Why can you not attract just normal, regular, unabusive, non-weird people? There's a number of different circumstances that this could be. And I can't possibly unpack everything in one video. But I can unpack a lot, so that's what I'm going to do. Why do those cars get moving, not me? Weird. Number one, and I think this is probably the biggest factor, is you don't know what real flirting looks like or feels like. And it has probably happened to you a lot. The vast majority of us attract way more people than we realize. Because so many people, in general, have, thanks to, the Me Too movement, the sexual harassment movement, the conscientiousness, all of these things, which in themselves are not bad. But what happens is, where do we spend most of our time? The workplace, right? So, in the workplace, what do most people spend their time doing? Not harassing coworkers, right? So, and that itself is a good thing, okay? I'm not suggesting otherwise. What I am saying is that we spend a lot of our time in an environment where sexual behavior is strongly discouraged, because sexual behavior can cost you your job. So where do we go to observe sexual behaviors? Well, we go out where we're drunk and not really thinking. Also, not the best way to observe sexual behavior, right? So what happens then? Well, some of us are just, we get into autopilot mode and we think, fuck it, when somebody that thinks I'm attractive shows up, I'll know it. Well, so then the love bombers come along, and that becomes our definition for what it looks like to be flirted with. But that's not at all true or correct. So we get to the base assumption that love bombing is what flirting looks like and what attraction looks like.
Continue straight for
20 minutes to exit 762 Silver Road, North Post Oak Road.
We get this idea that that's what it must be like. Not true. No, that's unhealthy, right? So if all we ever look for is love bombing, and love bombing is at its core overdone, then that means that we only think people like us when they're overdoing it. Well, hell, normal people will not overdo it. Normal people, this is what regular flirting looks like. People cross your path and they talk to you. If people talk to you, they like you. And I don't just mean like answering your questions, right? And I've brought this up before. When people don't like you, they avoid talking to you and they look for an exit. So when people are willing to hang around in a conversation, that means they like you. If you happen to see somebody fairly frequently, either at work or wherever, see, when coworkers don't like people, they avoid them. When sorry, my camera is being weird. People do not talk to people they do not like. So they talk to you. That's your clue they like you. Okay? And this doesn't mean that they're hitting on you or making sexual advances. It just means they like you. People don't talk to people they don't like. So that's issue number one. Do not assume that love bombing is what it takes. Right now, love bombing is what it takes for you to get a clue. But it's simpler than that. The people that talk to you, actually, and let me even put it like this. The people that will talk to you without running away or excusing themselves like you to some degree. Doesn't mean they're looking to date, but it means they like you and there's potential there. And you should definitely look deeper. Just not so deep that you're looking under their clothes in the workplace. Because then you'll lose your job and you won't see them again. And they'll think you're a creep. So that's number one. Number two, you never learned how to properly identify red flags. This is huge. If you cannot rattle off 10 red flags to look for with people, you don't know enough red flags, because there's dozens, right? You gotta at least know 10 without thinking. Okay? Now, here's the thing about red flags. Everybody, and I do mean everybody, has at least one or two. I got red flags. So do you. It's when there's too many of them that it becomes a problem. There's an excellent book that really brings out dozens upon dozens of red flags, and that's Dangerous Personalities by Joe Navarro. It's an excellent book. Buy it in hard copy. Go to a bookstore, buy it on paper with a rigid hardback cover, if you can find it. Or just order it on Amazon. Either way. That is the book you need to read. If you only attract narcissists, if you only attract toxic people, that's the problem. You attract probably about 5 times as many normal people as you do disordered people. Easily. The thing is, you don't know how to recognize it, and you don't know how to recognize it. You don't know how to recognize the regular people. You don't know how to recognize the narcissistic people, because your definition, again, is really just love bombing, right? So you have to do that. So that's why you can only attract narcissists. You attract way more. You just don't know it. So what else is there? Well, I'm sure there's something, but it's not coming to me.
Police reported ahead.
And I got the cops on me. So, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, or share, and I'll see you on the next video.